Alright, so today we're going to be starting off our final previews for the 2019 season with Texas, which this is a team that is highly anticipated for the 2019 season. They're coming off of a great year, an amazing bowl win against Georgia, so this is going to be a very interesting team going into the 2019 season. Now, we did schedule previews on each of these teams that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the Power 5 conference teams. We did around the schedule previews for every Power 5 conference team back a couple months back. This is going to be similar to that. However, a few changes that you're going to see, we're going to be a lot more specific this time around. We're going to be going over a few strong spots for these teams, a few weak spots. We're going to be going over their schedule, and instead of giving you an estimate of how many wins you can expect from each team, we're going to be going over every single game, and I'm going to give my prediction on it. And so we'll give you guys an actual prediction record. So that's just something to know there. We're going to be starting off with a few strong spots for Texas going into this 2019 season. In 2018, they were 10-4. Once again, it was a pretty great season overall. They beat Georgia at the end of the season. That is probably their main highlight. That was a huge win for this Texas team to end off the year. A few strong spots. They've got Sam Ehlinger at quarterback. He's going to be excellent for this team. He's really going to help lead. And he's got plenty of options for sure. Many dangerous weapons. You got Johnson, Duvernay at wide receiver. They are excellent. And if they can get McCoy to be eligible, that would be awesome as well for Ehlinger. Because McCoy is a great wide receiver. But we still haven't heard whether he's going to be eligible or not. We should find out within the next couple weeks. Once again, we are recording this in late June. So if something changes, that's just so you know. Sam Ehlinger, once again, will have solid tools. Offense in general is going to be great for Texas next season. And not really the defense, well, we'll get to that in a sec. But the recruiting has also been solid for Texas. Recruiting has really improved over the last couple of years. I mean, recruiting for Texas has always been great. But just in particular, the last few years have been pretty great for this Texas team. That is going to be great going into 2019 as well. A few weaker spots. The majority of the defensive line was lost after the last season due to seniors. 2 starting linebackers are lost. Cornerback position is also uncertain right now for this team. That is something to know there. A few losses on the offensive line, but that's not really going to make much of an effect. Just a couple players there, but the defense will definitely not be as good this season for Texas, and that's why I think the hype train on Texas is huge going into next season. We're seeing people saying college football playoff national champions, and I think that's definitely reasonable. This is going to be a team that's likely going to be top 10 coming into next season, but the thing is, though, they lost probably their best wide receiver after last season, Humphrey, I believe that's what his name is. And their defense is not going to be near as good. You're losing a lot of players on the defensive side. Of course, they should be able to still have a great defense, but it's not just going to be as dangerous as it was. And so for Texas, I'm thinking it's going to be really close. I think it's going to come down to the Big 12 championship game. If they win that Big 12 championship, they are going to make it to the playoff. If they lose it, then they are not. But of course, you got to make it to the fact for the Big 12 championship first, and you also got to win your games during the season. But here's what I'm kind of expecting. In green are the easier wins of 14 plus points. In yellow, it's going to be a tough win, 13 below. And then in red is the losses that I'm projecting. Louisiana Tech first week should be an easy win. LSU, that is a major game in week 2 against LSU. The thing is about that game, I think that's going to determine how well Texas is going to be next season. Because if you get on the right foot and you beat a big-time team in LSU, that could lead you to a great season. But the thing is, though, if you lose to LSU, you risk putting your season in danger, because then you can, if you have a big loss like that at the beginning of the season, that can kind of put you down sometimes. Rice and Oklahoma State, easier wins there. West Virginia is not going to be very good next season. With them losing their quarterback and stuff, it's going to be a rough year for West Virginia. But I'm going to say it's going to be a tough win because it's on the road. And of course, when you're on the road, you never know what's going to happen. Oklahoma is going to be a loss, I believe, in a neutral location. I don't remember where that's at. I think it's in Dallas, possibly. October 12th, though, that will be a loss against Oklahoma, I believe. It's going to be too tough of a game there. Kansas is going to be a win. TCU is going to be a tough win. Kansas State's going to be a win. So you get 3 wins in a row there, but then you got Iowa State. This is a trap game, in my opinion, for this team. Iowa State's going to be great next season. I expect them to finish probably 3rd in the Big 12 and 2nd if Texas has a couple losses, or Oklahoma. You can also say that about them. I expect Oklahoma to be better than Texas next season. This will be a huge game for Texas on the road at Iowa State. I believe that could easily be a college game day game in Ames that day. So that already puts the hype higher for Iowa State being a home team. Baylor is another trap game, but it's going to be, I think it'll be a win. I think they're going to lose one of those two games, Iowa State or Baylor. They're going to lose one of them, I think, and then you're going to win the other. But Baylor, I think, is going to be a much improved team next season. You can expect them to be probably in the top 5 of the Big 12. That team's going to improve next season. Texas Tech at home, that's going to be a tough win as well. So those last 3 games, you gotta win at least 2 of those, in my opinion. If you can win all 3 of those, that's really going to help you. My prediction for Texas is going to be 10-2 going into the 2019 season. In your 5 major games for Texas, you got LSU in Week 2, Oklahoma Week 6, TCU in Week 8, Iowa State in Week 10, and then Baylor in Week 11. Those are all going to be huge games, and I think Iowa State and Oklahoma in particular, you got to play well, especially in that Oklahoma game. The Oklahoma game is huge because that can set you up for the Big 12 championship easily. If you can get one game on top of either of those teams, Texas or Oklahoma, you're in a great spot. And I think it's definitely possible that the winner of that game could go on to the college football playoff as well. That puts a great win on your resume for either one of those teams. But for Texas, you also got to beat LSU in Week 2. You cannot forget about that game. That, I think, if they can win that game, that will set them up for the rest of the season. Once again, record prediction for Texas is 10-2. Thank you guys all for watching this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Texas in the comments below. Should be an interesting team next season for sure. Really looking forward to seeing how Texas does. Anyway, once again, thank you guys all for watching, and stay tuned for more from ASC.